Hey guys, it's Caitlin. I'm here to go over proper planting techniques and we'll demonstrate it with this lavender. So the first step is to dig your hole. You want to have a hole that is twice as wide but not as deep as the root ball of the plant. So you can see this 1 gallon pot. The hole's about 3 to 4 inches out all the way around, which will give you a hole that's twice as wide. You remove the plant from the pot and you can see the size of your root ball. You want to gently disturb the roots. Don't rip it, pull it too hard. You want to keep the roots intact as much as possible because this is the base of your plant that's going to serve the growth for everything else. So if you are too rough with the roots, you can kill your plant. So make sure that you have a nice clean base. Take some of your topsoil and do a small layer at the bottom. If you need to backfill some, you can. You want the root ball of the plant to be slightly above grade for most larger size plants, 3 gallon and up. It should be 1 to 2 inches. If you're doing a ball and burlap tree, you might need to have the root ball be above grade 3 inches, 4 inches. Just depends on the size of that root ball.
Why is that important?
That's important because clay is going to compact over time and heavy root balls will sink into the ground. So you don't want your plant to end up sinking over the next few years and then being too low. That can increase water retention around the stem of the plant and it can cause root rot and other issues. So you want your trees to, especially your trees and your larger pieces, to eventually be level with the ground. You don't want to have roots that are exposed though, so you need to find that balance between having it be slightly above grade but also not too high to where you have like half the root ball sticking up above ground. For this little guy, it's really not heavy enough to ever sink, so you can plant it just about level. You want to do a 50-50 blend of your native soil with your new soil around the root ball of the plant. So we have these really big, hard clay pieces here. You might have to break it up with a shovel or by hand. Depending on the type of plant, it's okay to leave larger clods. Lavender likes a lot of really good drainage, so we can leave it a little bit bigger, but for something like the azaleas or the hydrangeas, you might want to break it up into finer pieces. So I like to kind of mix it outside of the hole and then I'll backfill it. And you can adjust everything as you're planting. This guy had a really small root ball, so we just need to add some more below it. You want to make sure that the plant is straight, upright, not tilted over or anything like that, and in the center of the hole. Your ratio doesn't have to be exactly 50-50, but it's good to have some of that native soil in there so that the roots can adjust to growing through a thicker medium. So you don't want to just plant in a ring of all new soil. As you're going, you can compact it in to help stabilize it. And then ideally you'd have a little bit of topsoil left over to kind of cover up the top. And that's it. Now this guy is ready for mulch.
How quick do you need to water, given how do you determine when it needs water?
I'd say if the plant starts to look like it's drooping in the pot, it'll need water before planting. But if they look like these azaleas, they look great, they probably didn't need it. And then I would just plant everything in a section and then go through and water after that. You want to water post-planting, and if it's hot like this in the summer, you might need to stop, plant a section, water, plant another section, then water. But if it's cooler in the spring or the fall, you could probably get away with just planting everything and then watering at the end. Okay, for watering, if a plant is in the pot and it looks like it's starting to wilt, you will want to water it post-planting. You can just plant an entire section and then water. If it's in the summer and it's really hot, you might be better off doing it that way, where you plant a section, water that section, plant another section, water. But if it's in the spring or fall and it's a little bit cooler, you can just plant everything and then water at the end. Each plant should get a nice soak so that the ground is visibly wet. Probably if you have a hand sprayer, you would want to stand over each plant for 45 seconds to a minute to ensure that it's properly watered in. Or if you have a sprinkler attachment that you can put out for one section while you're planting another, you would just want to run that for about half an hour. I hope that helped you understand proper planting techniques better. I'm Caitlin with Crown Town Landscapes. See you later.